Welcome to the Social Bee podcast with your host, Louise Brogan. Every week, Louise will be bringing you a podcast all about women entrepreneurs, talking about their challenges, their goals, and inspiring you to either start your own business or grow the business you have. Visit www.socialbeeni.com to join our community and pick up some lovely freebies to start marketing your business online today.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Social Bee podcast. Today I am delighted to welcome on someone who I consider an online friend, the lovely Cathy Wassell. Cathy is the owner of Socially Contented, which is a company that helps small businesses with social media strategy, training and management of their social media accounts. Cathy and I actually met at the Youpreneur Summit in November of last year. And it was lovely to meet somebody in person who I'd been tweeting and chatting with online. So welcome to the Social Bee podcast today, Cathy.
Thanks for having me, Louise. And yes, it was lovely to meet after, meeting so many people after you've been chatting to them for a while and you feel like you know them. And then you suddenly realise that you've never actually met them in real life.
And then you're really surprised. You think, but haven't we met before?
Yeah, I know. It is quite strange.
Oh, dear. So today, Cathy, first of all, if you would like to introduce yourself and your business and tell us a little bit more about how you got started in business and what you do a bit more specifically.
Sure. So I've been in marketing for over 20 years now. I worked for a Japanese company, a Japanese retail company actually, as sales and marketing manager in this country for 19 years. And then I got made redundant, as happens to lots of people, and set up my own business because I was working from home for them and I wanted to continue working from home because of children and dogs and all the other reasons that women particularly need flexible working.
Yes.
So I set up a freelance marketing company and then I did the digital mums training so that I could specialize a little bit more in social media. Really, I did it because I wanted the analytics training. I wanted to really get into the nitty-gritty of social media. So after that, really, I decided I would specialize in social media, and that's what I'm doing now.
Excellent. So for people who are listening, do you want to talk a little bit about that program, what you got out of it?
Yeah, sure. So Digital Mums was founded by two ladies as a social enterprise, actually, helping mums return to work either after a career break, looking after children, or just because they might be in a job, but they found that they couldn't continue in a full-time job after they'd had children. So it's retraining them into social media. And when I was doing it, you had to have a marketing or PR or journalist background to do the course that I was doing.
I didn't know that.
It's a 6-month course and you work with a live client on that 6-month course. You have a program partner that you work with. And so obviously, since you are going to be live on their channels, they wanted to make sure that people had that background.
Is that still the case, Cathy?
No, I think now they have a separate course where you don't need that background and you run a community channel. So you start your own community channel from scratch and you run that.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. When did you do that course?
Oh dear. Was it last year? Was it only last? No, the year before. Year before last. Time flies.
2016.
2016, yes.
One of the things that that you and I have in common, I think, apart from all the social media stuff, is that we are both willing to invest in ourselves and our businesses by investing in training and going to live events.
Yes.
I think that to me, it's so important. If you have a business and you really want to make that business grow, by investing in training and learning how to do things properly, it makes things a lot quicker moving. Do you not think?
I absolutely think so. I totally understand that when you first start a business, you're not always able to do that. But I would say if it's at all possible, it's worth setting aside some money to invest in yourself, because that's what you're doing. If you're starting your own business, you're investing in yourself. And yes, I've invested quite a lot, probably too much, some people would say, in membership sites and training. Obviously, I did the Digital Mums training, and for a 6-month training course, obviously that's not cheap. I've also joined mastermind groups. Sometimes I pay for webinars, not very often. Most webinars are free, aren't they? But, sometimes I pay for webinars. But yeah, mainly it's the membership that I've paid for, and that has certainly been worth it, as has attending conferences. So we met at Youpreneur. I've also attended CMA Live, which is a great conference, which is June, early June.
It's in Edinburgh, isn't it?
Yes, it's in Edinburgh. And I had tickets, and now, unfortunately, I'm not able to go because my daughter is poorly. But I would thoroughly recommend someone to go if they fancy a trip to Edinburgh as well. Bit of a plus point, that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and Youpreneur is another. Obviously, we met at Youpreneur, and that's a fabulous conference.
Yes, I just thought it was game changing.
Yeah, brilliant. And another good one, obviously I can only speak for UK conferences. I don't know, I haven't been to any conferences in Ireland, but Marketed Live is also a very good conference, and that's just one day, so it's not such an investment.
Yes, and where is that held?
This year it's going to be in Nottingham.
Right. Being based in Belfast, you see, I have the added cost of booking flights.
Yes. That's. I mean, it does add up, doesn't it? Transport, and obviously, if you need to stay in a hotel, which also involves meals, it obviously does add up.
When I had my previous business, my craft shop, there was events at the NEC in Birmingham, and it was so simple to travel across, and it was so affordable to stay there, and really just everything about it was convenient. So I think more conferences should be held there.
Yes, so do I, because I live near Birmingham.
Oh, there you are. Let's start our own.
Yeah, it'd be much more convenient for me. In fact, I'm amazed that there aren't any big marketing conferences in Birmingham.
So one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on, apart from the thing about investing in your business, to me is so important. But the other thing, I have really noticed, Cathy, that you are doing fantastically well at networking on LinkedIn, and I wanted to bring you on really to talk to my audience about how you're using LinkedIn. And has this been a strategic change in your business, or is it only because I've only known you since November? Have you always been like this on LinkedIn?
No, I certainly didn't use LinkedIn until, certainly only a year I've been using LinkedIn properly. Before that, probably I used it like most other people, in that it was kind of almost like an online CV, really. I think that's how a lot of people view it. Yeah. I think that view is now quite outdated. LinkedIn has changed massively over the last year, really massively. And of all the social media platforms, a good reach is so much easier to get on LinkedIn than anywhere else. Facebook reach has dropped so dramatically. Makes me want to cry, really. But on LinkedIn you have to train the algorithm, and it will take you a few months. After a few months, if you put the work in on LinkedIn, you will definitely get good reach. Okay, so for people who are listening, what exactly does that mean, and how do they go about that, training the algorithm? Okay, so first of all, make sure that you are making the most out of your profile. So I get so many requests to connect on LinkedIn from people that haven't even put a photo on their profile. I mean, that's LinkedIn 101, really, isn't it? Yes. Put a good photo on, a good headshot, not with your dog or anything else. Put a good headshot in. Then after that, put a good banner picture in, which is the long picture behind your profile photo. Yes. LinkedIn have just changed their profile banner where they put the profile picture on your banner. Used to be that your picture went in the middle of the banner, so you had to leave space there, and now it's at the left. Don't you love it when social media platforms do this too? Yeah, they all change, and everyone has to frantically scrabble around trying to change their images. But have a look at other people's to see what I mean.
Yes.
So I've just changed mine because mine just updated. So I've just changed mine, and now the profile picture is on the left. So when you make the banner picture, you have to allow a bit of space because otherwise it will be blocked by your profile picture.
So that's what I'll be doing today.
Okay. Right. And when you make the banner picture, you probably need to play around with it a bit because you can't put anything in the top. I would say 5 centimeters, but I'm not sure if that actually is accurate. So you need to play around. You can't put anything in a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom, basically.
Right. Okay.
So play around, find something that fits. Allow yourself a bit of time for this because otherwise you'll get it wrong and it will look rubbish.
Okay.
So after you've done your banner picture and your profile picture, the next is your headline. So I can't remember the exact number of characters that are in your headline, but it's not very many. Something like 120, but I'm just picking that number out of the air at the moment. Make sure every word in your headline counts. So the headline is what appears directly under your profile photo. So it's only a couple of lines worth of text.
Now, while we're talking, I'm having a quick look on my LinkedIn to see what mine. Do you know what yours is off the top of your head?
I don't know, but it will be something like helping small businesses with training, management and strategy. I think it also mentions Facebook ads and something else, because basically, while you don't want to keyword stuff it, your headline is all about keywords. You need to think about what people are searching for when they're looking for a subject or a person online.
So I think maybe mine needs rewritten because mine says Louise Brogan, obviously the name, and then underneath that says Social BNI, podcaster, top 50 advisor UK 2018, small business UK top 100 2017. So those are more accolades than what I do. And then online marketing consultant. So would you take out the 2 awards that I've got out of that headline?
I mean, I can see why you've put the awards in there. Once somebody has actually clicked on your profile, that looks good, doesn't it? But I think you need to weigh up if there are going to be words that are more valuable for people searching. Because it's all about, the headline is all about, that's what the algorithm will search when people put in keywords. So the headline is all about people finding you. So
I found yours, and yes, you're right. So yours says, helping businesses with social media strategy, training, audit and management, content marketing and Facebook ads.
So I don't feel like I've got the perfect headline yet. I always feel like these things are a work in progress, and I often, every month or so, I try and tweak it a bit to make it better.
Yes.
But it has got keywords in there without it looking like it's just a list of keywords.
Yeah, no, I like yours.
So yeah, work on that. If you're starting, work on that. Get yourself a good profile, get yourself a good headline. Don't use words like enthusiastic or experienced or personally, I wouldn't use words like expert or guru or anything either.
Well, I would never use guru.
No, I would never in my life call myself a guru.
This episode is brought to you by the Social Bee Academy, your online learning space to market and grow your business. With monthly training, live group coaching calls, a thriving community and resource library. If you're looking for learning, focus and accountability, the Social Bee Academy is for you. Come and check it out at www.louisebrogan.com.
But only use words that are useful, because no one is going to search for experienced
guru.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So those words, it should be taken for granted that you're experienced or that you're enthusiastic or that you're knowledgeable or, all those kind of words. Don't use those in your headline. That's a waste of characters. You can use them later on. You have a bit more space when you get to your actual profile description. You've got more space, but in the headline, be very, very careful about what words you use.
This is, to me,
every character counts.
This is like when you say this so clearly, it just is common sense.
Yes, it is common sense.
Yeah, it is common sense. People are not searching for enthusiastic guru; they're searching for help with Facebook ads.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
So how often do you so then for training the algorithm, do you mean like by publishing and commenting on other people's posts and things?
Yeah, so I try to post. I don't post every day. I would like to post every day. Ideally, I would. But I try to post consistently.
Yes.
Because I believe the